Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your Palomino River Ranch 390 RL fifth wheel. You guys have picked a beast of a beautiful unit here. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things to take into consideration when parking. On your campsite, you're going to have a couple slides, but you're going to need even more room for these awnings. There's plenty of room for them to come in and out. On your off campsite, beside your slides, I also want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Your power is going to be all the way at the rear on your off campsite or your driver's side of your tow vehicle, and then your docking station is going to be just above your tire on your off campsite. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive, first thing we're going to do is unhook our hitch. Coming in here to our docking front area here, we're going to touch both these up and down arrows at the same time. And that is going to turn on our auto leveling system. Alright, now once that light comes on, simply raise your unit. Get your vehicle up out of the way. As soon as your vehicle is out of the way, all you're going to do is touch auto level. Auto level is going to run down all your auto leveling in front and behind these tires. It's going to adjust your front landing legs. You're probably going to dip a little before it starts. Once that's done, this light up here is going to flash and you'll know that you're level and stable. Once you're level and stable, you can hook up your power and water. Back to your unit. All your power cord stores inside here. Quickly pull it out for your when you want to use it, and use this retractor when putting it back. I recommend you use both hands, use the retractor, guide this back and forth as you're going in. Now at the end of that 50 amp service, should you need it, in your convenience pack will be a dog bone to bring you from 50 down to 30 amp, and then a 30 to 15 in case you need to plug into a 110 somewhere. Alright, you got your power hooked up. Go ahead and hook up your water. So out here will be your docking station. At campsites, we are going to hook up city water. So white down, set all four of these knobs to match your diagram here. White down, green to the left, red up, blue to the left. We match city water. Then we're going to grab our water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in the unit. Always use this when hooking up your water. Come down here to where it says city water, hook that up, turn your hose on. I need you to go inside and open up all your slides. Open up your slides and open up all your water taps. Get a nice steady flow of water going through those, then shut them off, and you know that your water heater is full. And you can turn that on from indoors. You will make sure that it is on out here. Generally stays on. And then you'll turn it on again from indoors and set your temperature. Now let's say we're going to go camping and we're not going to be at a campsite. We're going to go dry camping or boondocking. In that case, we have a two-step process. We're going to start with a power tank fill. White down, green to the left, red up. All we're going to do is turn our blue down. Now we match power tank fill. Gonna fill it at the same spot as our city water. However, now you're going to go inside, you're going to watch the levels of your tanks. You got a black and gray tank, watch the level of your fresh tank. Once that fresh tank is full, remove this hose. Now we're going to switch everything to dry camping. We're going to simply just turn our red and green up, blue to the left. Now we're matching dry camping. Remove that hose, put your cap back on, and then whenever you want to utilize that fresh water, you'll turn on your water pump. You can turn it on from out here as well as indoors. All right, we're all set to camp with power and water. Let me go ahead and walk you around the rest of the outside of the unit, continuing here in the docking station. Hot and cold spray port shower. Another spot on the other side of the unit for this hose to hook up to. Again, all of your water connections, cable and satellite hookups, freshwater or city water connection, and freshwater fill. Here's your black tank flush. We'll talk about that when we dump our black and gray tanks. Here's where your water filter will go, and this handle helps change that off. Continue here on the off camp side, just say flue for your furnace. Two things on that: one, make sure it's never blocked, and two, if you are running your furnace, steer clear of it. It does get hot. Again, here's your hot water heater. Down below that is your black and gray tank. That's where you hook up to dump those. And there's your handles to do so. There's your blow point drains. And then these front two are all storage. Your inverters in here. Your wire for solar. This is a template in case in the future the techs decide to wire this whole unit for solar. That's where your wiring's at. Your auto leveling system. Here's your propane. Continuing back down your off camp side. Tons of storage back here. All this opens up to your big garage, undercarriage. That is your furnace release. More storage access. Both of these are all storage. Continuing down, you do have a quick connect LP over here on this side. 110. Some outdoor speakers. Continued storage down this side. See all that storage back here? There's tons of storage on this unit. Your other LP in here. Come inside here. Your batteries. Check your battery post now and then. Make sure those haven't wiggled loose. There's your fluids for your auto leveling system. Hand crank for manual overrides for your slides. And a hand crank to bring down your spare tire, which is up underneath the unit. That about covers everything out here. Let's go take a look on the inside. Alright, coming up inside your unit. First thing I point out is your fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camped with you knows your fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway in case of an emergency. I'll show you your, I like to call it a cattle rack, because it reminds me of where you would have a gate for cattle. Anyway, I'll show you real quickly how that all clicks together to keep people from falling down. We'll swing this back around and just lift this up and hook it on your bar. I'll hold that open for you. This one just swings around. Alright, coming up into your unit, I'm going to hang it right and come right over here to your control panel. Before I start, this is just a temperature reader. You'll see a few of those throughout the unit. Just helps thermostat to work better. Alright, let's go back here to our main control and touch home. So on this control panel, you'll see you can control your awnings, your HVAC, your leveling, your lighting, your monitor panel, and your slides. That's all your devices. We'll start with your awnings. On your awnings, number one, I'm going to hit extend. Now what I'm going to do is, while I'm hitting this, I'm going to tell you that these awnings only run out when you're pressing on it. So keep an eye on your awning. Only run it out until your white flap falls down and you can see the bar up underneath. We'll run that one out a little bit. We'll go to awning number 2. Extend that one a little bit so you can see that one coming off your slide over there. Actually goes up and over your slide. That's awning number 2. I'm going to go back to awning number 1. I'm going to extend this out. I'm standing here and I can see it go out. You only got to want to run that out until your flap falls down to 90 degrees and you can see that bar. If you hold your finger on that and it keeps extending out, it will run itself out past that point and start to run itself up backwards. So keep an eye on them when you run them out. Make sure you don't run them out further than you need to. I'm going to retract both of those real quick. Come in rather quickly. Go back. Awning number 2, I am going to retract that one real quick. Didn't run this one too far out, so it shouldn't take as long. Alright, now, went to awnings. Next is HVAC. This is where you can turn on all of your heating and cooling. To set the temperature where you need to. Scroll it up and down for your heat source. Next is leveling. You can also do your auto leveling from here. Next is lighting. Awning light. Do your kitchen and living room lights. To show you, you can do that from this area here. Shut them off here. Or when you touch them, takes you to an on and off. Just touch on. Then, for example, this kitchen ceiling light, you can actually brighten and dim it. Wherever you see a brightness in a line, it does have a dimmer, and you can set timers to shut that on and off as well. So cool options on your lightings. Next is your monitor panel. This is where you keep an eye on your tanks. It's showing a little bit in a gray tank, galley tank, fresh tank, black tank. That fresh tank's the one I told you to keep an eye on when filling up your potable water. When that's full, we make sure you move that hose. Oh, let me go back. You can also turn on your water pump from here when using your potable water. And then lastly, your slides, which we will utilize when bringing all of our slides back in and closing the unit up. Up here, one control password to get the app for your phone. Down below that is a breaker box and fuses. Handful of 15s in there. Highly recommend having some of those with you when you go camping. You have your big pantry. Your lighting you can set to motion. So that's going to come on when moving. You also have your tire pressure monitoring system. Send a separate video on that, telling you how to do all that. Day shades and night shades. There's a separate manual on your fridge here. I'm going to show you how to set that for travel though. Alright, so down here in your fridge, this little slot, this knob will fit on. So we're going to close this up, get that knob in there. Then we're going to twist this to the right. And what that's going to do is that is going to give us a safety latch to keep your fridge doors from swinging around during travel. Get that in there nice and snug. Just a little plastic piece out here that won't harm your doors. Now you're safe for travel. That manual I talked about, in your trash can in here is a bunch of paperwork, filter, etc. Water filter. Coming in the kitchen, we've got a self-explanatory microwave. It does have a light and a high and low vent. Got a fan here for your oven, light. Turn this to spark. When your gas is on, you simply press it into light. Same thing on this side. Your oven, you do have a pilot light to light. Separate manual on this oven as well. All your appliances will have separate manuals. Make sure if any of them have a registration to go ahead and register them. That way your appliances may be covered on your manufacturer's warranty instead of having to use your warranty. Got pop-up ports. USB and 110s in there. One in each corner there. Coming into the living room to your TV. Down here we've got some remotes. While I turn that on, I'll show you lift up on this. That's going to release your TV. Back in here. When you run your digital channel scans, make sure that green button is on.
Outrageous moments that we're all witness to in each other's.
That will allow you to pick up more digital channels. Sorry that was so loud. Make sure that button's on before you run your digital channel scan. And at each park, go into your menu, run a digital channel scan to pick up all your local channels. Now here's your sound system. Actually, I touched that and turned that up a moment ago. AM, FM, DVD, CD. Excuse me. And below that is your sound system. AM, FM, Bluetooth compatible. 3 zones. Indoors, outdoors, up into the bedroom, or all of them.
Hit it.
JBL woofer for that. Fireplace, not just for looks anymore. I can go through and show you all the pretty colors, but the biggest thing now is the heat. If you're chilly in the morning or evening, if you're plugged into the campsite, don't waste your time turning on your furnace and wasting your gas. Turn on this and it'll get it toasty in here in no time. Show you real quickly how to turn your sofa into a bed. Probably the best leverage is to stand in the middle. These are just velcroed on. These are individual. You can do one or both. I'll do the one to the left. So if you stand in the middle, lift this up and pull it out. You have another leg down here to lift out. When simmer down, lower your back, and just that quickly, you got sleeping quarters. You can do the same exact thing over here if you want a big queen size. Just remember when putting them away, lift it back up first, otherwise you could damage this. Lift up your front, hold your bottom leg down. Jackknife this down in here. Return your cushion and just that quickly you go back to a sofa. The recliners are power. USB ports, lighting. Great place to store those remotes. On your island, you got a couple more power ports, one on each end. And then down here on the end of your island is your 12-volt carbon monoxide propane detector. The reason I mentioned that's 12 volt, that's always running off your battery. So if you are out dry camping or boondocking somewhere, nothing plugged in charging your battery, use your battery disconnect to keep this from running your battery down if you're going to be gone all day. Remotes for sound system, stereo, and fireplace. TVs, excuse me, reclining chairs, dining chairs. All of our dining chairs can be strapped down. This is an extension. Tons more individual lighting. Coming down the hallway now. Remote for your max air vent. Hit on and you'll find it. Because you'll hear it opening up right above your island here. hit off. That will close and shut itself off. 4 different settings on the fan strength. Coming down the hallway into our bathroom. A couple things to mention in here. Your shower door, make sure that you have those snapped open for travel. You have a seat that'll go down, and some plumbing to maintain. Up underneath here is your plumbing. Access panels right here. You're bouncing a house down the road, so just every now and then get in there and check and maintain your plumbing just like you would at home. Lighting with a dimmer. 110 with GFCI reset. And here's our hot water heater. You'll turn that on here and then set that to the desired temperature. When you turn on your hot water heat, you'll have it. Coming back into our bedroom. Bedroom lights. Touch once up here. Hold it in to get yourself a reader. Another TV back here on a mount. On the left hand side, lift up your TV. Turn that on when I mentioned 110. Lighting. Here's your fan. Set that at 1 or 2. Another 110 back here. And you have to go through and set that all up. Bring that back down over here. Alright, so what I like to do to close the unit up is I like to go to my lighting and just go through and shut everything off. And then I see any individual lighting that I may have left on. There are just some accent lights to shut off. Oven light. Checked all my pantries, my bedrooms. Again, another accent light. A remote to put away. Accent lights in our bathroom. So just go through your unit and shut everything off. Once you've got everything off, come back to your control panel and just turn on your living room light. At this point, I like to say doors and drawers. Walk through your unit, make sure all doors and drawers are closed, especially those here by your slide and your kitchen area. Tons of drawers here. Make sure they're all closed. Nothing's going to impede your slides from coming in. Nothing's going to break while our slides coming in. Bedroom. Make sure everything's up and out of the way. Close our doors. Make sure our closet doors are secure. Make sure all vents are closed. Come back to our control panel. Go to slides. Hit bed slide. Hit minus for bringing it in. It tells you right there. Bed slide is moving in. You can hear it rather well. Bed slides in. Do an entertainment slide. Or the entertainment slide, that's going to be your front side of your bedroom. Next, kitchen slide. It says connecting, then it says kitchen slide is moving in. Then make sure that your fridge safety latches on there. And lastly, our sofa slide. Kind of squeaky because it's wet right now from being washed. Alright, go back to my lighting. Shut off this living room light and exit the unit. On your way out, you can bring this around and lock it, or you can leave it back there. Biggest thing on these steps, you want to make sure this exterior door is all the way open, otherwise this will catch on it. On your stairs, your legs are also adjustable. Simply press in on this and move the leg to where you want it to. Set this up inside nice and softly. Before you leave the dump station, and I say that in case you want to go inside and check the levels of your tanks while you're dumping, but before you leave the dump station, make sure you lock, deadbolt this door, then lift and turn this handle in front of your door. All right, at this point, if we are out dry camping, boondocking, we're going to dump our fresh water tank. It's going to be this hose right down in here. Right there, fresh water tank, that white one. Otherwise, if you're at a campsite, unhook your power, your water, your cable. Come to your auto leveling system again. Turn it back on, and this time without the vehicle being in the way, you're just going to hit retract all. Now retract all is going to bring up them auto leveling legs. It's going to return your landing legs to where they were before we hit auto level. When that's done, go ahead and get your vehicle up underneath there again, using these arrows to get your front done. Once you got your unit in there, hook up, head on up to the dump station. At the dump station, park accordingly. Your dump is going to be all the way right before your tires on your off-camp side or your driver's side of your tow vehicle. As you see, all three of these are lined up. Galley, black, and gray. That middle one's your black one. That's the first one we're going to pull. So our 10-foot hose is hooked up. Pull your black handle. That's going to be your sewage. When that's done, go inside, check your panel, make sure it is done. Grab the hose at the dump station while leaving that black handle open. Come up here and hook that hose up and let that run for a good 5 minutes. Again, emphasizing that your tank flush valve is in the open position. Turn that hose on. That's going to wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. When that's done, close your black there. Make sure all that water that you just put in there to wash that black tank is out. When it is, close that black handle and go ahead and pull your gray tank. That's going to be your one on your right. It's going to be cleaner water as your sinks and your showers. While those are draining, go ahead and dump those low point drains. When that last one's done, check inside, make sure the gray tank's empty, and then pull your galley tank. When that is empty, take that sewage hose, store it in a nice, convenient, sanitary place, and head on home. Again, we thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this river ranch for many years to come. Happy camping.